In this video, we will see the Kubernetes deployment sequential flow. Usually, when a user wants to create a pod, he updates to the Kubernetes cluster and then a pod is created. In this video, we will see what will really happen in this Kubernetes cluster till the pod is created. These are the main components of the Kubernetes cluster. In the master node, we have API server, etcd, controller, and scheduler. In the worker node, we have kubelet and a container runtime, say a Docker. We will see the sequential flow as 4 parts. The first part is the updating the manifest file. First, when a developer or user wants to create a pod, he creates the deployment manifest file and updates to the API server. So the client sends the request to the API server by kubectl. Then the API server stores the information of the deployment in the etcd. etcd acknowledges back to the API server and then to the client. etcd is like the brain of the cluster and API server is the interface for the users and the internal components. API server is the only component which connects with the all other components. So every connections will connect to the API server. All the actions will be notified to the API server and then it is in turn recorded to the etcd. Next is the controller part. The controller manager continuously watches the API server. Now, when the new deployment information came to the API server, controller manager gets that information from the etcd via the API server and updates that information to the shared cache. Then the deployment controller pulls that information from the queue and creates a replica set and updates the replica set information to the etcd via the API server. Then replica set controller gets that information from the etcd and creates the number of pods required based on the manifest and updates the pod information to the API server and then it's recorded to the etcd. The next part is the scheduler part. The scheduler sees the unscheduled paths in the API server and then it selects the desired nodes which for placing the parts and updates the node name information in the part specification and updates to the etcd via the API server. Now etcd have all the required information to deploy a part and where the parts to be deployed. Now comes the fourth part where the real deployment of the parts happens. Now API server connects to the kubelet of the schedule node. Then kubelet gets the information from the API server and it knows that there should be a pod running in the machine. So in turn, kubelet connects to the Docker or the container runtime engine and it updates to start the required parts. When the parts are created, the kubelet gets the information and sends to the API server with the successful creation and in turn the information will be stored in the etcd for any further querying. The same flow happens whenever a pod fails or have some issue. The same way the kubelet updates to the API server of any issue or pod failures. Then the API server gets the information, the replica set from the etcd and the controller continuously monitors the API server and it knows it should create a new pod or replace a pod. The same flow happens till the pod creation.